Terror by night. Chalmers East Side Actors Repertory Theater presents a play of the supernatural, Walton Butterfield's dramatization of Oscar Wilde's famous play, The Canterville Ghost.
Ghosts?
Precisely. A ghost.
My lord, you actually expect me to believe that Canterville Chase is haunted or that there exists such a thing as a ghost?
My dear Mr. Otis, I feel it my bounden duty as the present owner of Canterville Chase to acquaint you and your family, as the prospective owners, with the facts. Your belief in them rests, quite naturally, with yourselves.
In America, my lord, we have everything that money can buy. We have many of your best actors, your prima donnas, your plays, your novels, your works of art. Believe me, if there were such a thing as a ghost in Europe or England, we'd have it at home in one of our public museums or on the road in a theatrical production.
Possibly, Mr. Otis, possibly. I fear, however, that the ghost exists. Although it may have resisted the overtures of your enterprising American impresarios, it has been well known for 4 centuries and always makes its appearance
At Canterville Chase?
Canterville Chase, immediately before the death of any member of our family.
Well, so does the family doctor, for that matter, Lord Canterville.
We have not cared to live in the place ourselves.
But there is no such thing, sir, as a ghost.
My great aunt, the Dowager Duchess of Bolton, was frightened into a fit
By this ghost.
by 2 skeleton hands being placed on her shoulders as she was dressing for dinner.
Imagination, Lord Canterville. Pure, maybe impure, imagination.
In conclusion, Mr. Otis, I feel bound to tell you that the ghost has been seen by several members of my family. None of our younger servants would stay with us, and Lady Canterville slept very little at night in consequence of mysterious and persistent noises that came from the corridor and the library.
My lord, I appreciate your frankness. I'll take the furniture and the ghost at evaluation. We won't mind a ghost in the house. It's perfectly all right.
Quite so. Only, I beg you to remember, I warned you.
I bid you welcome to Canterville Chase.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, what a lovely house.
Say, I'm going to like it here.
Thank you for permitting me to stay on.
Hey, Roger, ask her where the ghost is.
She wouldn't know.
We should be lost in this great house without your care.
Tea?
Any cakes, Pa? Come on, Roger.
Now, don't you children touch anything.
I laid the tea in the library, madam.
So my children have discovered. What a beautiful room. Oh, don't you just love this black paneling, Hiram?
Huh? Oh, yes. Very pretty. Better pour the tea, Elizabeth.
I'll take a wrap, madam.
Gee, these muffins are good.
They're not muffins, Roger. They're scones. Aren't they, Mother?
What, dear?
I don't care whether they're scones or muffins, they taste well.
I'd rather have cinnamon toast.
Tea, Washington?
Oh, no, thanks, Mother. Gee, I don't think I've seen such a beautiful sunset since we've been in England.
Well, we deserve a clear day for a change.
I never dreamed there could be so much rain in 1 month. But today was perfect.
Oh, dear. I dropped something off a tray. A spoon, I think.
I'll get it, madam.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Omni. Oh, it's right over there in front of the fireplace. I must have... Oh, Why, Mrs. Under that spot. Children, did you spill anything?
Where, Mother?
Well, there, right in front of the fireplace. I'm sure something has been spilled.
Yes, madam. Blood.
Blood?
What's this?
Blood has been spilled in that spot.
Oh.
Get out of my way, Roger. Let me see the blood.
Oh, are you serious, Mrs. Umney?
Quite, madam.
Here, let me see.
Oh, how horrid. I don't care at all for bloodstains on the carpet.
No, don't worry, Elizabeth. We'll get rid of it.
It's the blood of Lady Eleanor de Canterville.
I don't care whose blood it is, Mrs. Umney. It must be removed.
She was murdered on that spot in 1575.
Murdered?
Yes, miss. Murdered by her own husband, Sir Simon de Canterville.
Say, Dad, some family, these Cantervilles.
Sir Simon survived her 9 years and then mysteriously and suddenly disappeared. His body has never been discovered. It's his spirit, his guilty spirit, that still haunts the chase.
What nonsense. Get the Pinkerton from my suitcase, Washington.
Gee, it's a swell blood spot, ain't it, Roland?
Have it removed at once, Mrs. Umney.
It cannot be removed, madam.
Ah, Pinkerton's champion stain remover will clean it up in no time. There. You see? It's disappearing already.
But, sir, Mr. Otis, I beg of you, you cannot remove it.
See? Yeah, it's all gone. I knew Pinkerton would do it.
You shouldn't have done it, sir. Oh, you shouldn't have.
Hiram, quickly! Mrs. Umney has fainted. Virginia, go get some water.
What good is a housekeeper who faints?
Hush, Hiram.
Dear Mother?
Now, what do you suppose made her faint?
Maybe it was the blood stain.
Ought to be used to it since 1575.
There, she'll be all right now. Are you better, Mrs. Umney?
Oh, madam, there's trouble coming now. And this your first day in the house.
What do you mean, trouble?
I've seen things with my own eyes, sir, that would make any Christian's hair stand on end. There are awful things done here.
If you're talking about ghosts, we are not afraid of ghosts, are we, children?
Of course not.
I'd like to see a ghost, though.
So would I. A big one.
Many and many a night, I have not closed my eyes for even a wink of sleep. Tonight is sure to be another. I'll take my supper in my room, if you don't mind. That storm didn't come up sudden like for nothing. Good night to you, madam, and you, sir. And Lord, protect you all.
What's that striking now, Elizabeth?
Oh, it must be 12. We came up about 11. Go to sleep, Hiram.
I've been asleep. Just before the clock started to strike, I thought I heard something outside in the hallway. A sort of clanking sound.
Now, Hiram, if you're trying to frighten me...
Of course I'm not trying to frighten you. But I tell you, I heard something. Be quiet. There. Do you hear that?
Oh, yes, I did, Hiram. It sounded like a chain being dragged.
Like a rusty chain.
Oh, get up. Strike a match. It's coming nearer. Oh, it's right outside the door now. See what it is, Hiram.
That's exactly what I'm... The hell are you screaming about, Elizabeth?
Didn't you see it, Hiram?
Of course I saw it.
Horrible, a terrible looking old man. His eyes were red as burning coals, and his ridiculous gray hair was, ooh, something was hanging from his wrists and his ankles.
Chains. They're what we heard.
Why don't you do something, Hiram?
I am. Be quiet. My dear sir, I really must insist on you oiling those chains. Here's a bottle of Tammany lubricator. I shall leave it here on this hall table. If you want more, just shout. Good night.
Hiram, what did you do?
And the only thing I could think of to stop that bloomin' clanking. Maybe we can go to sleep now.
What was that?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. Something broke.
You missed him, Roland. Now he's gone.
Here. What's going on out here?
We saw him, Daddy. We saw him. A dirty old man.
It must have been that Canterville Ghost.
Roland missed him too, Wash. Almost hit him with our pillow.
What's all this glass?
It's the bottle of Tammany lubricating oil I put out here on the table for that whatever it was.
It was the ghost, Daddy, of that old man who murdered his wife down in the library.
Nonsense. You can't tell me that some...
Virginia! Where's Virginia?
Oh, here she comes. Well, what's the matter, Birch?
Mother, Daddy, I was just down in the library. I couldn't sleep, so I went down for my writing case, which I'd left in front of the fire. And
Did you see him, Birch?
him? Who?
The Canterville Ghost, the old man. He was up here in the hall.
He broke a bottle to pieces and disappeared just as I threw my pillow at him. Daddy saw him.
Virginia, are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right, but Mother, Daddy, that blood stain on the carpet in front of the fire?
Oh, yes, dear. Forget about it. Your father wiped it away.
That's it, Mother. It's back again, redder and bloodier than it was before.
Well, if you ask me, we've been here almost a whole week and we haven't made much progress.
What can you do in weather like this? We're lucky to have such large fireplaces.
I'm not talking about the weather, I'm talking about the ghost.
Oh, now, Washington, can't we go to bed one night without talking about that horrible apparition?
The more we talk about it, Elizabeth, the less it should frighten you. You don't see me or even the twins shuddering and screaming. Virginia isn't afraid.
No. I feel sort of sorry for him. Or old ghost.
Well, I can't help feeling that it would be much safer if you, Hiram, and Washington, and even the twins took it more seriously. We don't want to have to move.
Seriously. I don't mind the old fella if he'll just keep quiet and let us sleep. After more than 400 years, he certainly has a claim to the place. But I'll tell you one thing. If he doesn't use that Tammany lubricator and quit smashing my bottles to pieces, I'm going to take his chains away from him and...
He who laughs last.
Ghosts do not laugh, Elizabeth. Mind you, I do think the pillow throwing and peace shooting.
Now, for heaven's sake, Hiram, don't start the twins again. They're fast asleep long ago.
Getting rested up for midnight, probably, the little devils.
Might I come in, madam?
Of course, Mrs. Umney. Come in.
Madam, understand, sir. I'm upset about everything this past week.
Oh, of course. We all are, Mrs. Umney. But it's not your fault. Oh, this beastly weather, getting settled.
Not that, madam. It's what goes on at night.
Oh, nonsense. We'll have all those hijinks cleared up in no time, Mrs. Umnick. Besides, Mrs. Otis gave you full permission to remain in your room, safe and sound.
Faith, was old Madame de Trimalock safe when she woke up early one morning and saw a skeleton seated in her favourite armchair, reading her diary? Was Lady Stutfield safe when 5 unseen fingers clutched her throat so tightly that she almost strangled and had to wear a black velvet band around her throat until the day she died? I could go on like that.
Please, don't, Mrs. Umney. I admit that, well, I do not, of course, believe in such a thing as this Canterville Ghost. There is something about the house that
interferes with our sleep, and that we're going to squelch if it's the last thing that I...
See the life of one of your family?
Mrs. Umney, please.
Ah, if you persist in your silly fears...
Then, please, may I give my notice, sir?
We'll talk about that tomorrow, or the next day.
Tomorrow may be too late. Doesn't the persistence of the blood spot on the library carpet tell you anything, sir?
Yeah, it's a humdinger, I must admit. I myself had locked up the library tight every night after removing the stains.
6 nights it's been, sir, and each morning the blood is back again as though you never touched it.
Yes, but what kind of blood is it? Washington, you've got your list.
Oh, yes. Here it is. Let's see. The first morning, it came back blood red and returned even bloodier the next 3 mornings. The 4th morning, it was a dull magenta. The 5th, it was vermilion. And this morning, it was sort of a rich purple.
Sort of like a chameleon, isn't it?
I don't think we ought to joke about it, Mother.
No, you shouldn't, miss.
I'm considering writing an article on the subject of the permanence of sanguineous stains when connected with crime.
I think I ought to go to bed now, Mother.
I think we'd all better. It's long after 11. Are you going to lock up the library again, Hiram?
Certainly am. Come on, Washington. We may have a new color for your chart tomorrow morning.
Good night, Mrs. Umney.
Good night, madam. I pray it is a good night. Good night, miss.
Sleep tightly, Mr. Zumney.
Did you screen the fire, Washington?
Okay, Dad, lock her up.
Are you coming, Hiram?
Coming, Elizabeth.
I am afraid you are far from well. Well, here is a bottle of Dr. Dobell's tincture. If it is indigestion, you will find this a most excellent remedy.
It's almost time to wake the twins. Have you got everything ready?
Yes, in my closet. I'll wait until just before midnight. Good night, Dad.
See you later. Good night, son.
What time is that, Raj?
4:30. I'm getting sleepy waiting. Wonder what's the matter with that old ghost.
Maybe he's dead.
He did that in 1575, or he wouldn't be a ghost. Shh! I hear something.
That's only the dog down in the barn.
He must be outside the door now.
What happened?
I think we got him.
He tripped on the string. See, it's broken.
And the pail of water fell right on him when our door opened.
Did you hear him shriek when he saw our scarecrow?
Look, he knocked it over. The broom handle's gone right through the pumpkin shell.
Something tells me that's the last we'll hear of ye old Canterville Ghost. Where's Virginia?
Your mother fainted. She's probably in with her. How's mother, Virginia?
Virginia's not here, Hiram. Is everything all right?
All right. Virginia?
Verge? Verge?
Roger, Roland, help us find your sister. Look in all the rooms.
I'll look downstairs. Verge? Where are you? Virginia?
Hiram? What's the matter? Where is Virginia?
Be quiet, Mother. She's around someplace.
She's not in bed, Daddy. The bed's all messed up.
Is that you, Virginia?
No, sir, it's me, Mrs. Omni. Has anything happened?
Happened? Mrs. Omni, help us find her. Virginia, my little girl, wake up the servants!
Oh, Elizabeth, be quiet. We'll find her. She's probably fallen asleep in one of the big chairs downstairs by the fire. Is she there, Washington?
No, Dad, the library's all locked up, and she's not in any of the other rooms.
This all comes from your crazy fooling in the halls with that
Canterville Ghost, madam. I heard him stalking through the house.
Washington, catch this key and open the library doors. She may have gotten in there and fallen asleep.
All right, Dad.
Since midnight, he's been prowling around.
We didn't see him, Mrs. Omni.
We've been waiting for him since the clock struck 12.
He didn't come out until just a few minutes ago.
Dear madam, maybe she's safe after all.
Is she there, Washington?
No, Dad, everything's just as we left it, except
Except what?
the blood stain. It's back, and it's even bigger and bloodier than it was before.
Oh, Virginia! Oh, my baby!
Take her to her room, Miss Umney, and wake up the other servants, and the gardeners, too. We'll search the grounds. Daylight's coming.
I knew it. I knew this was to be the night. This is his revenge for all you've done to him this past week.
Be quiet, Miss Umney. Virginia can't be far. We'll find her if we have to search every corner and tear apart every brick.
Oh, is this your hiding place, Mr. Ghost?
My name is Sir Simon de Canterville.
Yes, Sir Simon.
What are you doing here?
I started in the twins' room to beg them to leave you alone tonight. I feel so sorry for you, Sir Simon. But the twins are going back to Eton next week, and then, if you behave yourself, no one will annoy you.
Behave myself? But then I'd have no reason for existing.
You know you've been very wicked. Mrs. Omni told us
Mrs. Omni!
the first day we arrived here that you killed your wife.
That was purely a family matter, and no concern of Mrs. Omni, or of your family, or anyone else.
Don't you know it's wrong to kill anyone?
Ethics. Bah! My wife was very plain. She never had my ruffs properly starched. She knew nothing about cookery. She couldn't... Ugh.
What's the matter? Are you angry at me for being here?
No. Though I'm a bit angry at myself for letting you find me. I was resting. But after all, you are much nicer than the rest of your family. Your father and the boys, I mean. They're rude, disrespectful.
Oh,
What's the matter?
so it was you who stole my box of paints. And all the different shades of red are used up. That explains the silly bloodstain on the library carpet.
Well, what was I to do? It's very difficult to get real blood nowadays. Didn't it frighten you?
No, of course it didn't. Though I think it did my mother a little. And it certainly annoyed my father. An emerald green blood a few nights ago was a bit much. Mrs. Umney was the only one who was
Yes. Mrs. Umney is a very satisfactory person.
I do hope you'll be nice from now on, Sir Simon.
No, please don't go, Miss Virginia. You're a great comfort to one so lonely and so unhappy as I am.
But I'm so sleepy.
Sleepy? I have not slept for 400 years.
Poor ghost. Have you no place where you can sleep?
Oh, there is a garden where the grass grows long and deep, where the nightingale sings all night through, while a cold crystal moon looks down and yew trees spread their giant arms over the sleepers.
You mean the Garden of Death?
Yes, death. It must be so beautiful to lie in the soft brown earth, with the grasses waving above one's head, and listen to silence, to have no yesterday and no tomorrow. Have you ever read the old prophecy on the stained glass library window?
Yes, I learned it by heart the first day we came. When a golden girl can win prayer from the lips of sin, when the barren almond bears and a little child shall give away its tears, then shall the house be still and peace come to Canterville.
You can be that golden girl, Miss Virginia, and open for me the portals of death's house, for love is always with you, and love is stronger than death is.
I don't know what you mean.
If you will weep with me, because I have no tears, and pray with me because I have no faith, you who have always been sweet, good, and gentle, will move the angel of death to have mercy on me.
But where would I have to do this, Sir Simon?
In darkness, filled with fearful shapes, where wicked voices will whisper in your ear, but they will not harm you. For against the purity of a little child, the powers of hell cannot prevail. Are you afraid?
I am not afraid, and I will ask the angel to have mercy on you. Mother? Daddy? Everybody, where are you? I'm back.
Virginia? Oh, my darling, thank God. Where have you been? We were just about to send out searching parties. Hiram, she's here in the upper hall, safe and sound.
Oh, Mother, I'm so sorry you were worried. I didn't know it would take so long.
Take so long?
Virginia, where have you been, child? Come on, boys. She's here. Tell the servants to go back to bed.
Oh, Miss Virginia, are you really safe?
Oh, my baby, my baby.
Verge, where on earth have you been?
Woo, 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 woo! Here she is, Roger. Here she is. Hooray, hooray!
Well, Virginia, where have you been?
I've been with the ghost, Daddy. He is dead. After waiting 400 years, he has gone to sleep in peace. Would you like to see him?
Child, what are you talking about?
There's a panel in the wall near the window. in the tapestry room. He's there in a little cell, just a skeleton tied to a huge iron ring.
Come on, twins, the tapestry room.
Could it be the remains where they've been hidden all these years of old Sir Simon de Canterville?
Yes, Mrs. Umney, he had been very wicked, but he was really sorry for all he had done. Before he could really die and go to sleep forever, he needed someone to pray for him. So he asked me to pray for him, and I did. And he gave me this beautiful box of jewels before he died.
Dad, come quickly. It's here, just as Virginia said. The secret room, the skeleton, everything.
Oh, my child, what a night of terror and of heartache.
Never mind, madam. The ghost of Sir Simon will walk no more. See, it's light already, and quite clear. Oh, why, fancy that.
What is it, Mrs. Umney?
That old withered almond tree in the court. I do believe it's blossomed. Yes, I can see the flowers quite plainly in the dawn.
Can you really, Mrs. Umney? Then you never need fear the Canterville Ghost again, for he is now at rest.
You have been watching The Canterville Ghost by Oscar Wilde. Those in the cast were, as Virginia, Becky Gill; as Hiram Otis, Larry Shaw; as Elizabeth Otis, Lisa Wright; as the announcer and Virginia's brother Washington, Amanda Savage; as the twins, Roland and Roger, Ari Shaw and Liam Lockridge; as Mrs. Umney, Megan Becker; and as Lord Canterville and the Canterville Ghost himself, David Bander, directed by Adrian Serrato. And special thanks to the International Dialects of English Archive. Thank you and good night.